Good afternoon. As a friend of the bride and the groom, and on behalf of both families, welcome to the wedding celebration of Gabriel Wills and Sarah Cromit. We are gathered here in the presence of God and in the fellowship of these witnesses to unite Gabriel and Sarah in Christian marriage. Gabriel and Sarah officially met back in 2019. Gabriel, Sarah, and Stephanie attended a prayer meeting, and afterwards, a group of them went out for some Korean barbecue. This was the first time Gabriel and Sarah spoke at length. And in February of 2020, they saw each other again at a beach bonfire. God opened a door that night for Gabriel and Sarah to help a young couple, and one thing led to another, and Gabriel and Sarah shared the gospel with this couple. Later that summer, they saw each other again at a pool party at a friend's house. Gabriel had his guitar and was encouraged by others to lead everyone in worship, and Sarah remembers that she had the experience of the Holy Spirit coming in like a rushing wind. After this, there was no question that Gabriel was ready to pursue a relationship with Sarah. And though she was hesitant at first, Gabriel was patient, but continued to pursue her. In time, God revealed to her first Gabriel's kindness, then his thoughtfulness, his humility, and their mutual affection to pursue the Lord in worship. I asked Gabriel and Sarah some questions. I asked them, what about the others set them apart from all others for you? Gabriel answered, Sarah has always had a deep reverence for God, and she loves Jesus with such sincerity. This encouraged me to follow the Lord and pursue Sarah all the more. Sarah answered, as I grew to know Gabriel, his humility attracted me. As some other men might assume a place of stature in a room, Gabriel served and made himself low. The peace I feel with Gabriel is like a safe harbor. I relate to Gabriel in a way that is like no one I've ever met. So what first began as a conversation after a prayer meeting and their first date at a prayer mountain has now come full circle, the Lord answering their prayer and providing one to the other, and soon to become husband and wife here at this altar. Sarah, I give you this ring
Sarah, I give you this ring
as a sign of my vow.
as a sign of my vow.
And with all that I am
With all that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
I marry you.
I marry you.
Gabriel, I give you this ring as a sign of my vow.
And with all that I am
And with all that I am
and all that I have,
and all that I have,
I marry you.
I marry you.
Gabriel and Sarah, I, by virtue of the authority vested in me as a minister of the gospel, do declare that you are husband and wife. And what God has joined together, let no man separate. Gabriel, you may kiss your bride.
Today in this union that we are celebrating, as we celebrate with food and with dancing and with laughter and with joy, we are saying to evil and to death and to suffering and loss and sorrow and tears that they will not have the final end. In our celebration, we are declaring that we will be eternally united with our God.
I remember the night that two of our friends had gotten engaged, and Sarah and I went into a bedroom nearby, and she said that Gabriel said that he wanted to marry her someday. And we sat there crying happy tears because we just saw the joy and the peace, the stability and the trust that God has brought into Sarah's life through Gabriel.
I'll just say, like, somebody like Gabriel was not on my radar because of his traits of humility. I'd always thought that I wanted a man who would command, the power in a room, but that's not who he is. And it took me some time to see that that's also not who Jesus is.
Like a story told you've always known.
And as I fell in love with Jesus,
You took my breath in the day.
I fell more in love with Gabriel.
You stole my heart like a thief in the night.
I'd prayed for things that I had wanted in a wife for my future wife about 1.5 years ago. And that was the first time that I had really opened myself up after being single for a bit. Just saying to myself, no, I actually want to be married. I actually want to have a woman in my life who is my helper, my friend.
We are dust with a love that never dies.
Here's what I wrote: things I want in a wife. Striving after Jesus, wants to stay pure and will submit to Jesus.
You are my
Pushes me closer to God, can sing and play guitar. Wants the triune God more than she wants me. Vibes well with my family. Attractive. And lastly, wants to submit to me. And about a month or two into my relationship with Sarah, I found myself writing a list of things that I loved about her. And it was only after I realized that I looked back at things I wanted in a wife, and Sarah was all of those things.
beneath our rags of poverty. And I will spend my days beside you. For beauty that is shared is beauty true. We will share the wine, we will share the bread. We will share our home, we will share our bed. You are my shelter, you are my home. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. You